Children of this earth, look at how your society has developed in technology, health, and infrastructure. All this development has always been based on the ambition for more achievements, more possessions, more resources, more power, and much more money for some compared to others. There has been an intense flow of resources migrating from countries now considered poor to the dominant nations of Europe and Asia. A financial system has been developed based on basic resources for their survival, such as metals, commodities, and inputs for agriculture and livestock, which determine the amount of food that your world produces. This entire financial system is based on scarcity. The greater the supply of resources, the lower their value. The greater the availability of these same resources, the less power this dominant minority has in its hands. It is no coincidence that they control the funds that control the shares of all companies involved in the production and control of these goods. They determine productivity and market value, managing the number of people who can or cannot have access to these resources. It's a veiled oppressive system. You have the feeling of freedom of choice. You have the false perception of power with the money you earn. But in reality, they are the ones who determine how much your money is worth. And also, they are the ones who determine how abundant and prosperous your life will be. There is no equality in your world. There is no true freedom in your world. Your planet is dominated by a minority that today holds almost total control of all the Earth's resources. And you gave them this power. You sold your companies to them. You sold and sell your properties to them. You become more indebted than you should and are trapped by them. You cooperate and work for them. Everything is there. Your world is what it is. You applaud them, and they manipulate you more and more each day. Yes, I'm referring to your investors, banks, shareholders, princes, kings, all this monopoly of power in your world. Now imagine if this whole oppressive system collapsed all at once. If all the power in your world were to return to the hands of good citizens. How do you imagine your world would be? Chaos? Full of lack of control, theft, and manipulation on all sides? I tell you no. This collapse of your world's financial system will soon occur, and everything you possess today will cease to exist. No one will have anything anymore. No one will need anything anymore. The reason for this is that everything will be available to everyone. And then you wonder how this can work, and I tell you, the moment your financial system collapses, control of the companies will immediately pass to minority shareholders, ordinary citizens. In the next instant, the company's shares will fall so much that other good citizens will see it as an opportunity to acquire them, hoping they will regain value. Thus, the companies will continue to have resources to survive and continue their activities, keep jobs active, and keep citizens employed. Over time, these institutions will no longer be able to charge exorbitant prices for their products, as the market will no longer have so much supply concentrated in the hands of a few. There will be a true balance in supply and demand, without speculation by investors. The price of housing will fall, the price of cars will fall, the price of food will fall, the price of clothing will fall, and so on. The order will gradually adjust. Rural producers will choose to concentrate the delivery of their production in nearby regions, as the cost will be lower, thus creating a demand for local production all over the planet, which will rebalance development everywhere. Those lands that were acquired by the powerful and still concentrate their dominance in agriculture will be put up for sale to ordinary citizens, who will be able to return to the countryside, since there will be demand. A large part of the people who left the countryside to seek better living conditions in the cities may return to rural areas and will be happy there again. Similarly, people in cities who currently suffer from the high costs of urban areas will see their lives become cheaper, with greater availability of resources to do other things. And they will be happier. And to conclude this cycle, jobs will continue to exist, but little by little, all activities will be remunerated fairly and equally, which will allow everyone to have a better quality of life, happier and more abundant. A wave of progress and prosperity will sweep across your world. All countries, without exception, will benefit. There will no longer be a monopoly of some rich nations over others. All will be rich, as each one possesses resources that others will need. The law of supply and demand will bring equality to all. Your world will finally learn that everything has its value. Everyone is important, and everyone is equal in rights. If one does not play its role, it will promote an imbalance where it acts. Everyone has a mission, and everyone has been led by their souls to play important roles in society. Therefore, everyone will have tasks, everyone will need to act so that their reality is manifested. Without action, there is no materialization of resources. Without resources, there is no supply. Without supply, there is chaos. You have already learned this rule in so many times of scarcity. You will no longer wish to return to those times. Your leaders and companies will continue to play their roles, giving guidelines and supporting companies under the new perspective of the world. Similarly, experienced farmers, mature merchants, all possess the necessary knowledge to readjust their reality according to the economic scenario. This chaos that you fear with the collapse of your world's financial system will be momentary, but everything will move towards balance and subsequently towards prosperity. Prepare yourselves, my brothers. A wave of progress never seen before is knocking on the doors of your world. You will be very happy, truly free and equal. I am Saint Germain, spiritual leader of this planet. Today I come to you with the help of this channel and the Arcturian brothers. Be happy, children of Gaia, be happy. A new time is coming for you, with much abundance and happiness. May my light and my peace be with you all. Spaceship Anticoya, July 17th, 2025.